Hello guys, hope you are all doing well. Welcome to the fifth video of the series Joomla Development Tutorials using JCB. At the beginning, I think it is interesting enough to see what the result we will get by the end of this video. We will learn how to add some filters to the recipes list, where recipes list can be filtered by category and preparing time. We will add two sliders to select the preparing time starting from and up to values. I will explain how to create a menu item parameter to filter the recipes list by categories. This makes it possible to create different menu items for one or more categories. Then I will demonstrate how to create two sliders to filter recipes list by a range of preparing time values. At last, I will modify the recipes side view to display a message when no recipes return. Let's start to create the menu item parameter. As you can see, the recipes menu item has only the default options. The first step to create a menu item parameter for a specific view is to create a field. In our case, we will create a category field. This field is intended to be displayed in a new tab in the recipes menu item options. Give it a name such that it is easy to distinguish it from other category fields. It is necessary to fill in the extension attribute value exactly like the categories field we added to the recipe admin view. Make it possible to select multiple categories. Click to add a new extra property. This is very important to allow adding this field to the component as a menu item parameter. The display property is used to choose where to display this field. Either config to display it as a component global parameter or menu to display it as a menu item parameter. Save and close. Go to the components list, click the component config, add a new config row, select the category field we have just created. It is important to fill in the tab name exactly like the view name, so recipes is mandatory in this case. Compile and install to update the component. When you edit the recipes menu item, you will notice the new tab and the new categories field. If we selected any category, this will have no effect on the recipes list because we still need to modify the dynamic get to add the new filter to the query. Let's edit the recipes dynamic get to add the category filter. In the tweak tab, add a new filter row. Select function var add the filter type. This filter type gets the filter value using a function or an expression. Use this expression in the state key field to get the menu item parameter value. Select in as the comparison operator because we can select multiple categories. That means the expression will return an array of the selected category IDs. Save and close. Compile and update the component. Look, the category filter is added to the recipes model as you can see. Let's test the new menu item parameter and select some categories to filter the recipes list. Before applying the filter, all categories are displayed in the list. By reloading the recipes list, only soup and appetizers are displayed. Which we have just selected in the menu item parameter. It is working properly. Let's move to the next amazing filter, the preparing time filter. The default behavior is that all recipes are displayed. We are going to add two sliders above the recipes list to select a range of preparing time values. To get only recipes with a preparing time within the selected range. To display the sliders, we will use the range standard form field type. This Joomla form field has some mandatory and optional attributes to customize it. Edit the recipes list to add the code that will create and display the sliders above the list. We need to create the two fields at first. I prepared a function for this purpose. You will find the link of all code snippets used in this tutorial in the description below. This function will be added as a method to the view class. Go to the PHP tab and enable custom methods area. Copy and paste the getFilters method. This method will create a filters array as a property of the view object and fills it by the range fields we will create. These two lines are used to set the initial values of the sliders, such that the selected values are preserved over page reloading. The attributes of both fields are filled in as associative arrays, where both fields will have 0 as the minimum value, 60 as the maximum value, and 5 as the step to increase or decrease the slider value. To display the fields, JCB has a ready-made helper method to return the field object using the attributes array and the initial value. Then you can use the returned field object to render it. That means to generate the HTML code that will render the field as a slider. Enable the custom script area to add this line, which will call the getFilters function inside the display method of the view. Well, everything is ready to add the code which will display the filters array. I mean the two sliders. Save, compile and update the component. Well, the two sliders are displayed, but the text in the label does not reflect the value of the slider on moving the pointer. Let's fix it using jQuery. Go to JavaScript and CSS tab of the Recipes side view and enable the JavaScript file area. The code inserted in this area will be converted by JCB into a JavaScript file with the same name as the view name and loaded by the view. All of this is done for you by JCB. Copy and paste the jQuery code. Save. Compile and update the component. Refresh. Now the label text is reflecting the slider real-time value. But the filters are not effective yet, because we still need to add them to the dynamic get. So let's add them. Because the sliders are form fields, we will get their value using the input object, like you can see. For more information about retrieving request or form data using the input class, please look at the link in the description below. Save, compile. As you can see, only the category field is there. Let's update the component. Now the new filters are added to the recipes model and should be effective. Let's test it. Suppose that I want to list all recipes that have preparing time between 30 and 60 minutes. Well, it is working as you can see. What if I selected the up to value less than the starting from value? The filters are working well, but the list is empty, which is not easy to the user to know why it is empty. So let's display some information in case the recipes list is empty for any reason. Save, compile and update the component. Okay, if you remember, there are recipes with preparing time like 90 or 120, and they will not be searchable because the slider's maximum value is 60. It is better to increase the maximum value to 120. Let's do it in both the side view and the dynamic get filters. Well, the maximum value is increased to 120 and the filters are working properly. Okay, I think we have done a great job in this video. You can download the JCB package of this part to import into your website and play with it. You will find the download link in the description below. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will make sure to answer them as much as I can. Like the video if you find it helpful and subscribe to be notified when the next video is published. See you in the next video.